huge weekend. We don't have to say how big this weekend is for ranked opponents. Just to go down there to get this experience, what are you looking for out of this weekend?
Couple things. I think looking for growth with our young ones. I think just the environment in general is really cool, and it's got a little postseason feel to it. Not just with the teams that are there, but the energy and excitement that is built around the tournament with ESPN, and a lot of fun on that side of it. Offensively, we're a veteran in that area right now, so I'd like to see some adjustments. We're going to face some really good pitching, so can we make some veteran adjustments throughout the game on the offensive side? Making some good adjustments on the pitching side right now, on the defense side. So can we implement some things that may be a little bit different to see if we can grow and gain some knowledge on that side of it? And then fun. It's a really fun tournament, and we enjoy it, and I hope the team enjoys it. And we see a lot of family members, boosters, alumni. It's a really fun environment for us.
Do you like the format better, 4 games in 4 days instead of 5 games in 4 days?
I don't mind the doubleheader days. The cool thing for us is to have that Sunday where it's a getaway day for a lot of people. We can stay and play. So sometimes it's just hard having doubleheaders where you're playing like a 10 a.m. game and an 8 p.m. game. So having the singles is a little nicer because we can prep easier for that. On when it comes to food and that kind of stuff. So, but don't mind the 4, 5, 6, whatever we have. It just makes it easier for them in scheduling. So.
But the getaway game, the 8 o'clock game Sunday, it's primetime ESPN. How special is that?
Yeah. I think what's super cool for us is we're going into an environment of a lot of teams that we played in postseason last year in the World Series. And so there's these kind of cool matchups. But a lot of the teams we're facing are the same teams. They didn't graduate a lot of people. We've got some returners, but we've graduated some key positions. So I think our growth is going to be exponential by the end of the season because of these opportunities. And then, being on TV is always great. We get to tell our story and show what we're all about. So we're very grateful for the opportunity.
How have you seen this tournament grow through the years?
Yeah. It was a vision of ESPN. They saw that, how embrace women's softball is. It's a very I think fast-paced game, and I think honestly like in 2017 2018 they were thinking a couple years down the road, and then they kicked it in earlier than they were thinking because of the excitement for it. And I think Michelle Smith has done a good job. She's down in that area. So when you think about the time that it's basketball season and we're starting to showcase softball at a pretty high level is special, but we all know how cool the sport is. It's now everyone else gets to kind of be a part of it. The hard part right now is we've outgrown the facility. We've outgrown a lot of things down there already, and I would say the World Series is kind of the same way. And people always talk about why is it in Oklahoma City all the time, and we need people to invest in stadiums and fast pitch and those kind of things in order for our game to continue to grow. So that's a little bit where we're at right now.
So let's talk a little bit about the freshmen. You've got Jasoni and Issa who have come in and just, really got off to a great start. Is that sort of what you were expecting from them?
They're great ball players. So, I think as a recruiting class in general, they came in highly touted. So it's like you knew that at some point it was going to come along. To be in some of those moments that they were in was pretty cool for them. I remember there was a time with Sid Sherrill, we were here playing Oregon and bases were loaded and we were down by a couple runs, and in my mind right away, I was like, if she gets a hit or strikes out, this is good for our program. And so I think that's where we're right now is they've had success, but regardless, they've been in moments at home in a cool environment that they're growing, and that's going to be really great for our program. So I'm not always looking for the success right away, but just their process is so good and their energy is so good, and I'm really excited about that group and their growth.
Kind of building off that question, I know you said with the Joanne Grant Classic, you're going to be working around with the positions. Have you found any that you really like? Do you like anybody at a certain spot?
I like Ocho hitting. I thought Issa did a great job at shortstop. There was kind of a lot thrown at her. I think with the technology too, we just got that a week before, so we were trying to figure out how to signal and stuff and do things there, and she took that with a grain of salt, so that was pretty cool. I've seen Jasoni open up a little bit more at third base, just personality wise and getting comfortable, so that's great. Harding can play there, she can play first, she can play outfield, so her ability to separate the offense and defense right now, because we're throwing her at a lot of positions because she can swing the stick. And it's out of her realm. Like left field was, I don't know, last time she's been in left field, you know? And so it's like, but she's so good at being an upperclassman and be like, you know, whatever the team needs, I'll do. And so, so I think we're trying to figure out some of those kids that we can float in different positions, float them and see what, you know, comes of the lineup at that time. And then when you're going down to face some pitching like we're going to face down in Clearwater, we can start doing matchups for that. So I wouldn't say that I know anything right now other than the fact that the team is really all about it and we talk about it, and they'll, you know, definitely hold on to the offensive side and try to be really good at making adjustments there and let us figure out how to get the lineup and build the team for a 3-game series or 4 games in a weekend.
Coach, you talked about it a little bit already, but this weekend, I mean, it's very early in the season, but getting this experience, you know, big time games, prime time against good opponents, how great is that to do that this early in the season?
I mean, just on the selfish side, it's great for the growth of the freshmen. You know, the more we can get them around cameras and interviews and big moments and energy and excitement, and the more they have to figure out how to handle that, I think is just great for the growth of them. So if we can grow them in that environment, our upperclassmen can show them how you handle this environment as the season goes along, you know, then we can meet the moment when we start to really push for, you know, postseason runs. So I think that's something that we really look forward to on the selfish side of it, yes.
Coach, when I saw you put Kaylee in left field, I was thinking, Coach just has to have a Kaylee in left field.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of the other...
She would never say Kaylee. Mudge and Kaylee. Yeah.
Speaking of Mudge, is
yes.
she doing okay? Or
She's doing great.
How is she progressing?
Yeah, I mean, we're just more in a return to play, and I'm just trying to be smart with her. And, you know, I think it's always tough to go in and kind of have surgery and get things tightened up and do things and never know, you know, what the outcome's going to be. But she's worked her tail off over break. She's in a great spot. I just don't want to push her too much right now. So that's my decision on that side. But yeah, she's been great, and she's, you know, she has class in the afternoon, so she has to roll in and roll out, which most upperclassmen have to figure that out. And so she puts her work in. So yeah, so she'll be ready. She's fine. Yeah.
And you would characterize her more as day-to-day, or?
She's not day-to-day. She's good to go. I'm just trying to make sure
Okay.
I don't push too much load on her.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, she's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
she's playing. She's in the lineup. She's good to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?